just to wait and see. If you fly, come fly where our love unfolds. If you fly, come fly. It's a love untold. If you fly, come fly. I'm gonna be the only one and all you'll ever need. Come on with me, baby, take my hand, fulfill your every dream. Time is always ticking oh so fast the moment I'm with you. Come on with me, baby, let's not wait before the night is through. Fly away with me, come fly with me, come fly with me, come fly. Just to wait and see. Come on, fly with me if you fly. Come fly where our love unfolds. If you fly, come fly. It's a love untold. If you fly, come fly. I am gonna be your everything, the only one you'll need. Come on with me, baby, take my hand, just let me be your queen. There's so many things that we can do and places to explore. Come on with me, baby, let's not wait, it's you that I adore. Fly away with me, come on, fly with me, come fly with me, come fly. Just to wait and see. Come on, fly with me if you fly. Come on, fly with me, come fly where our love unfolds. Come on, fly with me if you fly. Come on, fly with me, come fly. It's a love untold. Come on, fly with me if you fly. Fly with me, come fly.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It is now time for the Indie Live Spot, right here on your station, GHP Radio, your independent music source.
Girl, I just want to tell you something. You is smart, you is beautiful. You hold it down. No matter whether I'm high or low, through good times and bad, I can count on that smile. And I just want to let you know how much I love you. You're my queen. You are my fire, my sun and my rain. Yeah. You are the reason for pleasure and pain. And just like the flower, they need light from the sun. Yeah. I need to spend my life with you, 'cause you are the one for me, baby. Listen, you're not perfect in this relationship, baby. You are perfect for me. We go up, we
get some wine for later, babe, before heading across the bay. I just can't wait. Sunset heading north, the music sure is grooving. Cruising the Golden Gate, the view is so romantic. We'll check into our room, flowers for me, spinnakers at 8. I just can't wait. Your eyes are incredibly so clear. The stars are out, moon shining in your hair. Boy, I know I just can't wait to hold you close in my arms tonight. Sausalito nights, magic's all around us, baby. Sausalito nights, you and I together, baby. Sausalito nights, magic's all around us, baby. Sausalito nights, love is around us, baby. Strolling boardwalks cool, hand in hand with you, babe. That smile on your face, it's so captivating. Your arms around my waist, the city lights are bright across the way. Just can't wait. Head back to our room, we'll slip into our silkies. Relax, go light the fire, pour us both martinis. Make love until the dawn, sleep till noon, breakfast will be late. Oh baby, baby, be comfortable, Nick Corleone. Keep it right there. Give me some of that groove, baby. Oh yes. All right now. Magic's all around us. I love those flowers you gave me. Take another martini, baby. Sausalito nights. It's getting late to check out, baby. Magic's all around us. Let's do it again. Yeah. Sausalito nights.
You know it's a woman's world. You better show me some love.
I know deep within my solitude, my nature's weak, what can I do? Just when I seem to have control, just let it go when you're in love. It's a woman's world, and I like it, yes I like it when you're in love. It's a woman's world, and I like it, yes I like it. And when your emotions run wild and you're nothing to say, on your face there's a smile, which will always bring me. You just watch yourself fall deeper each day, 'cause in this help myself. Can't explain the joy to no one else. But when a woman claims you as her own, then you know you are in love. It's a woman's world, and I like it, yes I like it when you're in love. It's a woman's world, and I like it, yes I like it. You just watch yourself fall deeper each day, 'cause in this world you know we're all the same, yeah.
And there's nothing I can do.
It's a woman's world.
And there's nothing I can do. I like it. There's something about this
There's something about this love makes my body come alive. And there's nothing I can do, 'cause I like it, yeah. When I have you all alone, it feels so good. And there's nothing I can do, I like it, yeah. It's a woman's world, and you know you're falling. It's a woman's world, and you know you're falling. And you know you're falling.
all of its ups and downs. When it's hard to focus on your day, just take a breath. Look deep down inside your soul. Don't ever let love slip away. You gotta hold on to love. Hold on to that precious love. Hold on to your hopes and dreams. Hold on to love. We can't control all that happens in this world, but we should always question why. Whatever you go through in this crazy life, don't ever let love pass you by. You gotta hold on to love. Hold on to that precious love. Hold on to your hopes and dreams. Hold on to love. Hold on to that precious love. Hold on to your hopes and dreams. Hold on to love. You gotta hold on to your precious love.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It is now time for the Indie Live spot right here on your station GHP Radio, your independent music source.
A bossa song set in the bay. Everyone I meet there, the melody. Rhythm takes me down to Rio, then my heart breaks out in song. And I call it Bossa 510. This feeling is so strong, maybe today. Everything I see brings the notes right to me. All the tourists want to know why the music is so strong. Never heard of Bossa 510. Music all around here. It's reflected in the water, from the mountains to the hills, from the East Bay I see cityscape and countryside. It's a state of mind, the Bossa 510. 3, 4, What you know about going out sunsets, kicking back the late night, listening to trumpets. Mountain Winery, your favorite song with the stars. A different night, another band, we can hit the bar. Okay. Exit Hayward, now we posted the bistro. Two girls on a guitar, ego, yo. I think that makes a trio. Low risk of high stakes, we can do better. Like piano at a lounge in September. Pushing bands with she a go-getter. Hey, did you break a record? We ain't got forever. Oh my, the party's on the Yoshis. I think the one out in Oakland, don't quote me. See, the moral of the story is that music is victorious. And what's a boss to a bossa? Take your shoes off when you enter mi casa. Aha, it's the Bossa 510, baby. Music all around here. It's reflected in the water, from the mountains to the hills, from the East Bay I see cityscape and countryside. It's the state of mind, the Bossa 510. Music all around here. It's reflected in the water, from the mountains to the hills, from the East Bay I see cityscape and countryside. It's the state of mind, the Bossa 510. Now it won't take too long, I'm gonna play my little bossa of our home by the bay. All the places I can go, but never felt like I belong. I belong in Bossa 510. I belong in Bossa 510.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Indie Live spot right here on GHP Radio. And we're really excited about today's show because we have a couple gentlemen we're going to be talking to. It has an excellent group. And I'm talking about 510 Jazz. You just got through hearing actually a track called Bossa 510, which is the title of the CD. And there's lots of great music on it. So you're going to actually get to hear some selections today. And we're going to talk with both of them as well. And of course my co-host Griselda and Joyce is here, and Ray MAC is I think he's busy today, but he may be coming in a little bit later on this afternoon, so we'll be looking out for him. But with that said, everybody welcome. Let's welcome 510 Jazz. Welcome David and John. How's it going, man?
Thanks for having us, man. We're happy to be here.
Oh man, we're happy that you're here, and really enjoy your music, and very excited about having you come on the show. Been wanting to get you over here, and yeah, man, we just got through playing your title track of the CD. Excellent song. Really, the whole CD is great, and we're gonna get into that, but we definitely want to welcome you to the show.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, welcome.
Yeah, we're glad you like it. It's a testament to 15 amazing Bay Area musicians. That's the thing that we really try to do, is to bring a lot of Bay Area musicians that you've probably not heard of before, but a few of them are here from Fremont, from our town. A lot of them are from the South Bay and the Peninsula. One gentleman even lives in the North Bay, but it's really nice to. One thing that I like to think of is how people like Sergio Mendez and Quincy Jones bring all these amazing musicians together to build something. Yeah. It's not really about together succeeding as a team. So it's been fun.
Absolutely. Now you got a lot of members. I noticed. Let's see, how many members you have in the band?
I think 15, if I remember correctly. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, man, all great musicians, vocalists, and you guys. Gosh, I can't say enough. And also, I was really, I had a lot of fun, John, when I don't know how long it's been now. It's been maybe a couple weeks or 3 weeks when you guys had a special performance at a studio somewhere there. Yeah, where was that at again? It was on radio.
KPFA is in Berkeley, KPFA.
Yeah,
and that was a fun. It was a scaled down. I think it was 6 people in the studio there. It's just a great honor to perform out there at KPFA Live.
Absolutely, man. I enjoyed that, man. I was just kicking back and checking it out, and it was just great to hear you guys play live right there in the studio. It was just awesome. Really
Thank you, Gary.
Yeah, man.
That is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I missed that.
And as you guys know, playing in a radio station, it's a little bit different in terms of the monitors and things like that. So it can be a little bit of a challenge, but it's fun, and it's a great opportunity. So we're happy that KFA and folks like you at GHP Radio. It's
yeah.
Well, thanks. Well, you guys sounded great that night, and like I said, I was really impressed. And
so where was I? Was it live feed, Facebook live feed?
Well, it wasn't Facebook Live. It was actually on their website, that Berkeley station. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And of course it was it was kind of, of course we're two hours apart, I think. So like you got behind something. Okay. But
it would be 8 a.m. for you guys, right?
It was late.
Yeah. Yeah, but
no wonder if it was on a work week. Well, then I was probably already in bed.
I probably wasn't in bed. We work all night here, so just real quick, I just got word that Henry Cephas said that he's listening in. Thanks for tuning in.
All right,
thank you, Henry.
You can log in too, so we can see your name, Henry. But you said you have a 15-piece band. Right now, name each and every one of them.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you. No, it's great to do a shout out to our wonderful friends. First off, Mark Rickey, our amazing pianist and musical director. Then we have Ravi Jaya Singh on bass. We have Sam Brignon on drums. And then in the horn section, we have Randy Merrill on trumpet and flugelhorn. We have Esther Berndt on alto sax. And we have Tom Pose on flute. And then also we have 2 guitarists. Tony Song, an amazing guitarist. He really puts the bossa in Bossa 510. Then we have Ed Lee on rhythm guitar. And then we have Chris Carlton also playing drums. And then we have a wide array of vocalists here. We have D-Varg doing rap. Myself. And then we have Jim Millions. He's the gentleman from the North Bay, from Petaluma, amazing R&B vocalist. Nikki Ray, an amazing female R&B vocalist. Oshra Stan, also a female vocalist. I think that, did I get yourself? Oh, myself, yeah. John
Vargas. So what I'm hearing here is you go from jazz to R&B to hip hop to rap. So you can actually be a top 40 band and a jazz band. And a bossa band. And a bossa.
Exactly. Yep. It's sort of a mix. That's true.
Yeah.
Well, that's
I
good.
love that.
That's good.
I love that. That's why I entitled my last CD "Many Colors" because I love the many colors.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
You know, I go from one extreme to the other, and I think that's beautiful. Now, you know, being an artist, a performing and recording artist, I have a hard time getting a 5-piece band together. How do you guys manage 15 people? How do you get 15 people to be in one accord? If you know what I mean. I really want to hear that. That's amazing.
Like David said, it's a real trick. On the first album, honestly, I was using Microsoft Excel to put down everybody's name and what date they could come. And I tell you, it was a nightmare. Now we're working on album 2. We really started in January 2017 with the recording sessions. And my daughter, bless her heart, introduced me to a tool called Doodle, like Delta, Oscar, Delta, Lima, Echo. Doodle, like Google, but with E's.
Wait, try that again, because I'm writing it down. For real.
He's giving you the military alphabet.
I know he is, but I missed it. I really did.
D-O-O.
D like David, O, D like David, L-E. Doodle. Doodle.com. And it's a wonderful free tool. It's a scheduling calendar. And all of album 2, our sessions, we've been using Doodle to put everybody in there and put all the possible dates and times and then hit the send button. And they come back within a day or two. They check off the days they can do it. And then we just have to live by that calendar. It's tough, but, you know, it's worked better than the old Excel spreadsheet.
Right.
But just the mere fact that you got 15 people who are on the same page, if you will, who are willing to do that, it's a miracle. It's like turning water to wine miracle. Well.
Yeah, that is good.
Yeah.
You know, one really funny story is from the Boston 510 album release party. We had the whole band there. I think we had, or close to it, at least 13 or 14 of the 15 musicians. Yeah. And our guitarist Tony had flu that day, and like the day of, he calls us. He goes, "I have the flu. We can't make it." And we were like pulling our hair out just because he takes up such a big part of the sound when it comes to acoustic or electric. So I had to, long story short, I convinced him to come play. I would run and get him the medicine that he needed so he could perform and then just go home, and he took the bait. But that was insane. I mean, one person not being there, you know, it
makes a difference.
Troublesome, yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Then it depends. I mean, if I'm on the sax and I'm missing, the keyboard player will have a lot greater impact than the horn player.
Yeah.
Not that it's the horn player's not missed, because, you know, I'm a horn player. I don't mean to. That's the horn players. But putting everything in perspective, it's just, I had it was a 5-piece band, and the guy that was playing bass for me, he was a backup. We're like 10 minutes before downbeat, and then he says, "Oh, I can't make it."
Oh, God.
I can't find anything in 10 minutes. So that means my keyboard player had to be keyboard and bass. So we made it through. But it started with, it's a mental thing. I guess that's what you're explaining. It's a mental thing. If you're expecting something, it's not just a physical thing, it's a mental thing. I mean, mentally, you're like, this is what I'm going to do tonight. And in a matter of minutes, you're having to shift everything. And maybe even your playlist.
Exactly.
Yeah. Wow. Now, this CD, this Bossa 510, you guys, both of you produced it, is that right? And wrote all the material, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we composed all the songs. 2 of the songs were hip-hop crossovers, but David and I worked a lot on the melody for the other songs, too. David exclusively wrote all the hip-hop rap stuff, and then David can speak about all the producing. I sat back and watched, but David did.
Well, not more so the engineering. So we purchased all the equipment to record the band, and it was my job to figure out how to mic the drum set, how to mic the various instruments that were incorporated in the music that you're hearing, and then mixing it. And whoa, that was from my hip hop background. When you get a beat made by a producer, everything is quantized to grid. It's in perfect time. There's no mistakes. So on and so forth. When you have people playing instruments, mistakes can and do happen.
Yeah.
And in just that learning curve of learning how to kind of approach the situation and kind of make the sound better and everything like that. It was really intense at first, but after you get the hang of it, it's like second nature. So now I have that in my back pocket when it comes to recording the second CD. I'm a little better prepared for mixing and editing. That. So.
And a funny story about the things that happen after you do all the recording. I think it was shortly after we finished all the tracking and really shortly before David got into the mix, we took a family vacation to Portugal and Spain. And it's so funny. David, when you go to places with David, he likes to look in the yellow pages and see where the recording studios are and go and meet them and visit them. Yeah. We met a guy in Spain. David found this guy in Malaga, Spain, Moby Dick Studios, a guy named Donny Pineda. Amazing studio. And we asked him if he could master our album, Bossa 510, and he did. And he did a phenomenal job.
It worked out great.
Awesome.
Wow.
Cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
It sounds like
now that we got into that David, you're the hip hop rap artist. Let the people know how many other like as far as like on that part of your career.
Sure.
How many CDs have you recorded as a hip hop artist?
As a hip hop artist under the name D-Varg, D-Varg, and I was part of a hip hop group called Trinity Deep. Recorded probably about 4 different albums that were released from between 2011 to about 2015. So you could listen to all the music that was created just by going on Spotify or iTunes and just in D-Varg. But that was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun, and it was a big part of me. It was like my everything. Like I always describe it like your children. All these songs that you're making,
Yeah.
like you see them from start to finish. And I did that for a while. And when we got started with 510 Jazz, Bossa Nova has been really growing on me lately. So I don't know. There's more probably solo like hip hop albums to come, but right now I feel like God's calling me to this music and just seeing this project through, getting through with this. Yes.
It's really cool to see my son David bringing home like Michael Frank's albums from the library and things like this.
Wow. That is.
For my 9 to 5, and we have a huge CD collection.
Yeah.
So I'm always trying to brush up on my Bossa Nova game to kind of have our music sound something like that. When it comes to mixing, to reference these different songs. Sure. And I'm just ordering CDs left and right. Like my dad said, Sergio Mendes, Michael Franks, so Robert Glassberg, all that. So it's great to work in a library and have access to all that for free.
Oh yeah, actually, exactly. Yeah, I do. I do like Michael Franks. Michael Franks is amazing. I mean, he's such a wordsmith. He just like, how'd you come up with this?
I know. It's just incredible.
Like, wow.
And Griselda, one thing I love Antonio Carlos Jobim. He's one of my biggest influences as a composer. Too. And it's interesting remembering listening to Michael Franks in the 90s that on at least a couple of his albums, he had tributes to the master, Antonio Carlos Jobim. And then I learned later that he spent some time with Jobim, maybe in New York or something, where they were composing together, recording together. So it's neat. I mean, Michael Franks has some serious experience with the Bossa Masters.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. He does. And it's always a good, cool tidbit that you learn about an artist that you like. And there's 2 artists that you love, and that they actually met and worked together. So that's how they kind of influenced each other, which is kind of cool to know about.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that is so cool. Yay!
One thing I love about you guys, John and David, is that you guys understand the meaning of team concept. That whatever you're involved in, you promote. I highly believe in that. Even on our website, and I love being able to create my own website because I have a page dedicated to radio stations who play my music and under indie music or any kind of media that's involved in promoting independent artists. Yeah. So it does take a team.
It does.
Something like this. And even wherever, every venue where I play, I do my best to promote. I don't just depend on the venue. I work with the venue and try to draw as many people as possible. So I appreciate you guys drawing your fans to listen today. That.
Oh yeah, because I saw John posting everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, cool. You even have it on their website. I was like, yes.
Yes.
That's great.
And that's a great thing. So I just want to bring that up and just,
Thank you for doing that, John.
Thank you for promoting. So that means that you guys are going to go far. And again, I just love the variety that you guys can, and right here in the family, if you can keep it as close knit as possible, you have just the two of you have just a wealth of information and knowledge and experience that you can guys can do so much with, and that's a beautiful thing. So really next time that I am in the San Francisco area, I will look you guys up and find out.
Let's record a song.
Yes. I would love that. I would love that.
Let's work on one away, while we're just online, collab online too. That'd be a lot of fun.
And Joyce, David will put 2 microphones on your set.
Oh yeah.
He said he'll put 2 mics on your set.
When we get the sax player here for the latest album we're recording, I put 2 mics on him. So.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, especially if it's a soprano sax, one in the bell and one in the front. To do that. Well, last time I did my flute that way, I had one close and one to catch the room, and I found that worked very well too.
Yeah.
So I'm a beginner, and I just keep learning and learning. And one thing that I learned, since you're an engineer, that I discovered as a person learning, is that you can set up your mic and it can work perfectly, but you can come back and it doesn't work the second day. So I endeavor to, whatever I start recording, I am not moving until I am done. I was like, don't move, don't knock on the door. I need to finish this, because I'm too afraid of getting a different sound, because I'm a type of horn player. I'm so used to playing live that I sway and move, and I will get into the song and I'll turn my head. And once I listen back, and could I tell that I had turned even ever so slightly from the mic. So
the volume will just drop in your
and it bothered me so badly. I went back and did it again, because I couldn't just that one little spot. So you may want to think again before you put me in the studio, because I'm a little fanatical about getting it right. Because it's permanent record, guys. When you record, it's one thing alive. I can put a live video. But when it's your recorded CD that is for sale, I think a little bit more seriously about it. So,
hey, now looking back, going back in some of the history, John, because you said you started doing this how long ago? As far as this?
Yeah, it's really the history is, I think, around 2010. I started taking some local classes at the local community college, Loney College, and I also took a series of jazz combo classes. But at that same time, I started hitting some of the local venues that had jazz jams. And so by the end of 2012, we had opened our own jazz jam at a little pizza place here in the neighboring city of Newark. And we did that for about 18 months. Each week we had a different band playing their jazz music. One band was blues. One week a month it was blues. So we did that, and then I think right around that same time, while I was doing the Jazz at the Slice at this pizza place, I started writing the songs with David. And so pretty much by the end of 2013, we had all 16 songs done, and then we had to decide how we were going to put this all together.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. That's excellent. Now, did you have a history as far as before this project? I mean, did you do some things back in the other days?
A long time ago, yeah. I'm dating myself, but for about 9 years, we had a company band that played at the Christmas party. So at work, we went into the cafeteria and we practiced for about 2 months, I think, and then we played at the Christmas party. And the company started out being only a couple hundred people. The last year I was there, I think there was like 3,000 people at the Christmas party. So that was the biggest thing I'd ever played at. And I even picked up a little bit of alto sax, but that didn't last very long. I was primarily a vocalist, but yeah, that's it. And then, right after that, raising kids up until, I told so many people that once your kids become like 15, 16, especially when they have a driver's license, you can do all kinds of new hobbies. So this is one of my new hobbies, I think.
All right.
It does make a difference.
I guess that's when David came in and kind of inspired you a little bit, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many children are there altogether, John?
We have three children, David and our middle child, Christina, and then our youngest, Andrew. And my wife, Carolyn, and Andrew are our business partners in the label, Foreplay Records.
Wow.
So they handle the marketing and promotion side, and then David and I really handle the musical side, the A&R and all that.
That's great.
What a team.
That is.
Yeah.
That is excellent.
Love it.
What type of venues do your 15-piece band play? What are you guys playing these days, or have played?
The biggest venue that we had played, I think, was the Phoenix Supper Club in San Rafael. We played there in October of 2016. Our opener, our album release party was at a local venue called the Oasis Palace, a big place for a banquet hall, basically, and they can convert all kinds of rooms. So I think we had maybe 200 people in the audience.
It was a good room.
Yeah, but that was the first one. And then we played several smaller venues, but really all of 2017, we've been in the studio working on this album, getting it ready. David can tell you some amazing stories about different mic situations, because with album 2 now we have like 23 musicians, so it's a bit bigger.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow.
That's cool.
It's really interesting. Oh, so go ahead, Gary.
No, you go right ahead. Go ahead. So.
Okay. I was just going to say, it's just really interesting, like, when you work 40 hours a week, finding the time to incorporate your passion, because I'm recently married, so I got to find time for my wife. I want to spend time with her and everything like that. Yeah. And then it's just scrambling to find time to fit everyone in for recording. But it's been so much fun. It's everything's all recorded, and it's a few songs are mixed, so it's been great.
Yeah, that is cool. That is so cool. Okay, well, let's do this. Let's play another selection, and then we'll come back and talk some more.
Sounds good.
Of course, right at the top, we did go with the title track, 510. Bossa 510. And so next, what I want to do, I want to go ahead and play the one that's called "Come With Me." Can you tell us a little bit about that one before we go into it?
Yeah, that was our first idea of a hip hop crossover. I worked on the melody, brought it into David, and I said, "Do you think that we could make this a hip hop crossover?" Of course, thinking back about the amazing things that I saw on those Quincy Jones albums and on Sergio Mendes albums, I thought this is really cool. And so David created the rap part. You want to speak about that?
Yeah. Well, my dad showed me the lyrics talking about traveling different places in Northern California on a weekend, like a weekend getaway. I thought I'd incorporate a lot of the places that me and my wife have been to around the area. And so just kind of, it was more of a personal, I guess, rap verse about that. But I think it was appropriate and was able to relate. But that was the first time I ever wrote rap to a jazz, more jazzy feel. Sure. So it was a neat experience.
The other amazing for me was this was the first album. See, the way we compose is I'll put down scratch vocals, melodic scratch vocals. David will put down scratch rap. And then David said, "I know this female vocalist that I think we can get in here to record this." First time I ever heard somebody else sing one of my songs, and I was blown away. And I think that's why I have this change of mind about how the majority of the stuff we put out, I want someone else singing it, because if they can carry your music to a greater extent, it's a blessing.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. I'm sure that's such a gratifying deal there, and just so great to actually, hear the product, once it's all done and all.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Well, cool. We're gonna play it, and then we'll come back and talk some more. So for those of you out there listening, get ready. And if you just tuned in, yes, we are talking to the group, both of John and David Vargas from the group 510 Jazz, and the name of this one is titled "Come With Me," right here on the Indie Live Spot. Keep it locked, and we'll be right back.
It's a sunny day
was nice. She was.
That's right. Maybe that was me and you last night. 17-mile drive and then weekend. Tour around Carmel for a weekend. Or we could take the one up to Santa Cruz. Come with me. Hit the mystery spot and then a beach or two. Ride around the city, girl, me and you. Drive on Lombard, we'll do it with the top down. Twin Peaks, we'll watch out till the sun down. People watching Union Square, we'll go window shopping. Popping tags with Neiman like there ain't no stopping. You can pick the time in any place you want it. Come with me.
It's a sunny day.
So sunny, baby.
We've got lots of time.
We got all day.
Let's go out and play.
Let's go outside.
Leave our cares behind.
Just leave them up.
Window shopping, downtown walking, inside a walk cafe, lunch for two.
The two of us.
We'll do it all if you will come with me.
Just come with me.
It's the Maui moon.
moonlight. The Maui moon pulls your heartstrings. Fall in love again. Walking in the dark with you. Only thing I see. The Maui moon's in your eyes. It's the Maui moon. It's the Maui moon. It's the Maui moon. It's the Maui moon. The years have passed. Here again with you.
Back to the southern seas, our hearts are drawn to that glow we've been dreaming of. It's the Maui moon.
It's the Maui moon. It's the Maui moon.
We jumped on a plane to Florida for 1 week in the sun. She attends the big convention and I can have some fun. After checking in our hotel, then she goes off to work. I launch an investigation. It's time to start my search. Ponce de Leon came to the Florida shore. The waters let you live forever, of that much he was sure. Why do they come here to the fountain of youth? It's got to be near the fountain of youth. As I walk, I see the lightning and hear the thunders boom. Dark clouds rolling in an instant, the rain starts pouring down. Humid air, it soaks my clothes, big insects on the wing. Trees and plants, they block the view. What can that fountain be? Ponce de Leon Road, the natives restless here. They fought to keep him off their land, but he just had no fear. I need just one drink from the fountain of youth. My life's missing link, the fountain of youth. those Spanish galleons 500 years before? Was it just that magic fountain? What were they searching for? Maybe it's the lure of Disney, the theme parks never close. Maybe it's the poolside bars, the restaurants and the shows. Ponce de Leon left and gave up on the chase. Every day there's new explorers coming to this place. My mind's full of doubt. In the fountain of youth, I'll be fine without the fountain of youth.
Ladies and gentlemen, we were back, and that was some great music there from our guest. And I apologize at the beginning of the very first track we played. I think my mic was still on a little bit, so you might have heard some of the feed from the speakers there going into the mic, and you probably heard me a little bit.
Like, oop, did you come out?
But anyway, I decided to play a couple of more selections, and then and we're going to play some more as well after we finish talking with our guest. Let me just let you give you a rundown on what you just got through hearing. In fact, that last one we heard was called Fountain of Youth, and then there was Maui Moon and Come With Me. And of course, at the top of the hour, we did play Bossa 510. So all the tracks are great, guys. And in fact, why don't you tell us a little bit about, we'll just start from the last one we played, Fountain of Youth. What was that one? Tell us a little bit about that one.
Well, yeah, composing that song, my wife often takes me on business trips. She works for a high-tech company. She does events, and she used to do a lot of traveling. About every 6 weeks she was going somewhere. And one time she took me to Orlando, and I just worked from the hotel room while she was out at the trade show. And I remember taking the elevator from the pool area up to the room and looking straight out at this big, massive expanse of what looked like just trees everywhere, right? And I was just thinking, I had this sort of fantasy about what it must have been like 500 years ago when Ponce de Leon first came there. And so I just sort of wrote this. And it kind of gave me this feeling of a contrast about why do people go there now? Well, a lot of people go there for Disney. A lot of people go for the pool bar, you know, where you can get foo-foo drinks while you're swimming, or you know, going to beaches. But it's amazing how they came back then looking for the Fountain of Youth, looking for gold, and now they keep coming every year, every day to find amazing entertainment. And I just found that to be an interesting thing about the Orlando area. So that's sort of inspired me to write that song. And I was thrilled when we managed to get Jamillions to sing that song, because he has such a great he's such a great R&B storyteller. Yeah.
Nice. And then before that we had Maui Moon.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's another one that I wrote. My wife and I took our 25th, that was several years ago, to Maui, and we stayed on the beach. And it was one night I was walking out to the beach. I think she stayed in the room, and I was just looking up in the sky, and I saw this beautiful golden moon. And so I had been working on a rhythm progression that I had come up with, that I had arranged. And so I just thought, oh, the Maui Moon, and I had already scattered out the melody. I had already had that laid down. So I just started plugging in words, Maui Moon. Next day, my wife was out shopping for souvenirs at some place down by Lahaina, in the big Lahaina shopping mall. And I'm sitting out in the parking lot because, I don't know, I just can't hang with her when she goes shopping.
Here, honey, hold my purse.
You know the drill, yeah. Oh, my God. But, I wrote all the lyrics of that song sitting in the car waiting for her shopping, and I was just happy as a clam. So, yeah.
All right.
That's cool. That's cool.
You were there, but you weren't there with her. You know?
Well,
that's why there is a bench by every fitting room. It's for husbands.
Yeah.
Let's hold the purses and the other bags.
Exactly.
There's one exception, that's Harrods in London. We went to London a couple of years ago, and Harrods is like the place. I mean, princes and princesses shop there, but there is not a bench for the husbands. So I don't know what that's
so about. Only in America?
Either that or they stand.
Yeah.
Wow, that is so cool.
Oh, that's one thing I was wanting to ask you guys. So, we talked a little bit about your band as far as, all the many people that you have in your band. How did you recruit, or how do you guys get these members to come in and play, start the group?
Start with the rhythm.
Okay.
Or the trio.
Well, the initial jazz trio, many of them I met at the Ohlone College Jazz Combos class. Sam Brignon, drummer, Ravi Jayasingh, bassist. A couple of other folks that I think, Ed Lee, I think I met locally here in Fremont, the rhythm guitarist. But really pretty much all of the other musicians that I met, from the instrumental musicians, I met at jazz jams around the Bay Area. Many of them on the peninsula, across the bay from Fremont, and a few in the South Bay. Amazing people. These open jazz jams, you go there and you maybe buy a drink or dinner, and you bring 2 songs up and sign up on the list, and then they'll call you up, and you get to play with some amazing musicians. And that's really how I met most of the folks. But David brought a bunch of other musicians in.
Oh, 3 other ones. The 2 vocalists that you heard on Maui Moon, Nikki Ray and Jamillions. Nikki Ray I met through a friend. A friend and I were working on a hip-hop song.
Yeah.
And he texted me an hour before coming to my house to record, and he goes, I have a friend from school. She's a terrific singer. Can she come by and sing the chorus for the song? So I go, okay, let's do it. And then it was Nikki Ray, and when she came in and she sang, I was just blown away. I'm like, wow, she's phenomenal. She's an amazing singer. I mentioned to my dad, I'm like, maybe we should try her out for the song "Come With Me" and some of the other songs. And she's been one of our go-to vocalists ever since. She's just terrific. And then Jamillions, who you heard singing on Fountain of Youth and Maui Moon, I was just a big fan of his music. A few years ago in the Bay Area, he was getting like heavy radio play on a lot of the hip hop and R&B stations, and I saw him. Some of his music was even featured on VH1 for what was it? It's one of the TV shows on VH1. They'd play his music in the background of the show. Okay. And he also, one of his songs was the theme song for the T.I. and Tiny show on VH1 for a few years.
Oh, yeah?
So I was just buying his music, and I saw that he was local, reached out to him over Facebook, and just told him I was a big fan. And, fast forward a year or so, I was able to connect with him, and we became really good friends, and we were able to get him on the album. So that was a great asset to have. He's just terrific.
Wow. That's amazing.
Absolutely.
That is good.
And then my other buddy who played drums on one of the songs, Chris Carlton, I met him from work. His mom was a coworker with me, and she mentioned her son he's a musician, and we were able to get him to play drums on the song. So,
excellent.
Yeah,
that's how it works. Now the big question is, what is 510? Is it an area code?
510 is the area code of the East Bay. So from Fremont, where we live, probably through Berkeley, right? Would you say maybe north of that?
Yep.
Yeah. So that goes through Oakland and everything like that. And I don't know, Dan. Why did you? Yeah, and just musicians from the 510 Bay Area.
Yeah, we were thinking the 510 equals the East Bay, so it was just.
Well, that's what I thought. It came to mind. I said, I wonder if that's an area code. Okay.
That works.
Awesome. And another question. The songs that you have are original songs, of course. Do you also, when you're performing for different events, do you perform cover songs as well?
Yeah, we came up with sort of a repertoire we call a taste of Jobim, because many of our songs were inspired by the master Antonio Carlos Jobim. So I set up a set list that has about 6 of my favorite Jobim standards. Most of them are actually in the real book from God, I forgot the publisher, but anyway, so we do about a 50-50 mix when we would do shows. Now, when we did the KPFA radio gig, we put one Jobim on the front and one Jobim song on the back, and it worked out pretty nicely because we had a short amount of time. But yeah, we will do covers in a live situation. But in terms of what we're publishing as a product, like this album number 2 that we're working on, it's all originals as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know you have a combination of styles, R&B, hip hop, and what have you. do you perform hip hop as well with the group, or do you have a separate group, David?
Separate group.
For his full hip hop.
But I got my dad at singing a chorus on one of the hip hop songs, so therefore we'll be, performing together. But yeah, I have a hip hop performance coming up in September, which I'm looking forward to. So that'll be neat.
Very cool.
Yeah.
It would be nice to see. Do you guys have? Well, I know Gary always asks at the end where to reach you, but do you have YouTube videos where we can see 510 Jazz and what you do as well with your hip hop group, David?
Yep, we have both. So if you were to go to if you were just to search 510 Jazz on YouTube, a bunch of our different, some live performances would come up, and some of our in the studio sessions of just snippets of us recording like the different musicians that come into our house. We have that. And then if you were on YouTube and you were to type in D-VARG, D-Varg, or Trinity Deep, you'd see some of the music videos I did in the past for some of my hip-hop songs.
Okay.
So,
Okay, I can't wait to sit back and check you guys out in more depth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can find the YouTube stuff just by searching on YouTube, but the easiest URL is tinyurl.com/510jazz. We also, as you know, facebook.com/510jazz, Instagram, same thing, and Twitter, the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we have the website, 510jazz.com.
Nice. So you said you were working on a brand new project. So what is there like a time frame that you had set, or is just kind of you have to wait, kind of see? I mean, how soon do we look for that?
As soon, probably within the next 6 months. A lot of it's already recorded. It's just finding the time to mix.
Yeah.
Mixed about 3 of them so far, and they sound terrific. I'm working on some more this weekend since I have an extra day off from work.
Right.
Yeah.
Really soon. Really, really soon.
Oh man.
And that's 501 Jazz CD project, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
What about what can we expect on the new project? Will it be similar to the bossa sound, if you will, or are you going somewhere different with the next one?
I think you're right, Yvonne. From the
Joyce.
Joyce. Let me see. Yvonne's in the text window. Sorry, Joyce. Yeah, from the thematic.
That's all right.
Feel, it's definitely bossa, R&B. Contemporary jazz, a little bit of R&B, I would say, but it's and then hip hop. But you'll see some new flavors. Like one of the new flavors is we have a string quartet on 4 of the songs.
Yeah.
Let's see. Vibraphone on a couple of songs. Some solid Latin percussion. So there's a lot of new elements introduced, and several new vocalists that you've not heard of before, or not heard on our album before. So,
the one common denominator that I see is the Latin influence in your music. Explain where that comes from.
Well,
I know. I'm just picking on you. The one artist, but you know what I mean. I noticed that's a common denominator. It doesn't matter whatever project you're working on, whether you're live or recording. The Latin influence is definitely heavy. So it's just like for me, I can't get away from R&B. I don't care. I will bend R&B to jazz and jazz into R&B. So, so I do understand. But where does it come from?
Yeah, me personally, I really just have this distinct memory of being a small child and hearing The Girl from Ipanema being played on all the radio stations. I mean, it wasn't just jazz stations; it was pop stations. It was
that was a crossover.
My parents listened to, like in the early '60s, it was everywhere. And then fast forward to I think it was 1980 or so when I discovered smooth jazz. There was a local small radio station at a little tiny shopping mall in Mountain View. I was single, and I would go there socially and we would look through the window and watch the DJ spinning records, and that's when I started totally listening.
And the girls.
Yeah, well, there were girls. But I never looked back on my old familiar rock and roll, because I listened to rock and roll all the time up until that point. And so when I started listening to the smooth jazz station, of course, they started introducing me to people like Nara Leal, like Elise Regina, like who's the guy that wrote Summer Samba, and of course Joe Beam. And so I really love that. And then I started doing some design work at home in the evenings after work, and I found an internet radio station, a guy from a university in the Midwest that was, he had a show called Bossa Nova Carnival, Mr. C's Bossa Nova Carnival. And I just listened to that every night while I was doing this work, and I truly just felt head over heels in love. Most of what he was playing was made in the 60s, released in the 60s. But then again, he also introduced me to some of the new bossa novistas like Celso Fonseca and Ivan Lins. These are all great inspirations for the songs that I compose. But, you know, underneath all of that, Antonio Carlos Jobim and Joao Gilberto and some of those folks sort of created this amazing framework. And what I find that's delightful about it is you can go to any club nowadays and you'll hear people covering these songs. I'm just in, Desafinado alone, there's 2 different ways of playing the song. There's 2 different sets of lyrics. There's an American set of lyrics. There's a Portuguese set of lyrics. So it's so style and it's timeless, right? Sergio Mendes called it timeless. So
okay. No, I was just curious because I did notice that. And I think, you know, different artists have their influences, even though you've been influenced by everything. And I think in my life, rhythm and blues are R&B in that arena has influenced me greatly. So even if I'm playing jazz, I will bend. The jazz and R&B was heavy. Not as much Latin, but do I love it? Because the first time I heard Gloria Estefan, oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Joyce, do you sometimes introduce some funk into your repertoire?
Oh, you better believe it. Funk and fusion. When I heard, what's the name of the group?
Bootsy Collins?
Not Bootsy. I'm talking about Fusion. Weather Report. The first time Weather Report was in the 70s. I was young and had never heard fusion. My big brother came back from the military with all these fantastic new music. And I just fell in love with that. I thought, oh, this is just... And when I heard fusion, I equated with freedom for some reason.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You know, freedom, and that's what fusion is a fusion of everything. And when I listen, I could hear a little gospel kick in there. I could hear some rock. And I could hear... So, and I said, this is cool. And so when I'm ready to improvise, I feel more comfortable about playing outside the chord and doing weird things that's not even in the key signature, and it fits. So I found all that fascinating. And so I guess I have to say in the music arena, I was easily influenced by music. I'm glad it wasn't some other things, but I could, where everybody in South Louisiana, if it weren't R&B or rock or even Zydeco, if you will, people weren't listening to it. So how does a kid from South Louisiana, when the radio stations weren't playing fusion jazz, how did you get that? And it was because I had a big brother who brought it home when he was, and I was listening to that, and I went, oh my God, this is some really cool stuff. I love it. So.
Cool. And John, you were mentioning about the artist that influenced you the most. Have you, when you guys are performing, do you perform any of the bossa songs in Portuguese?
Yeah, one of my favorites, my all-time favorite Jobim song actually is Corcovado, Quiet Nights. So I sing that one first off in Portuguese and then in English. One of the things I love to do is do a duet with a female vocalist where she sings the Astrid part on Go From Ipanema, and I sing the part in Portuguese. So there's only a couple that I've memorized the Portuguese lyrics because I'm not a native Portuguese speaker, even though I'm half Portuguese. I can speak very terrible broken Portuguese, like when we go to Portugal. But I love the sound of the Portuguese language, and so I'm trying to learn more of these songs. Like I would love to learn all the Portuguese lyrics for Desafinado. That's one of my other things. But yeah, those two definitely, whenever we're on stage, we'll do those.
Oh, okay, cool. So I was just wondering, so well, does he, because I know you can do it phonetically, even though you might not be, fluent in that language, at least you can do it phonetically. So I was just wondering if you guys actually delved into that when you're performing live.
Yep. Chega de Saudade is another one. No More Blues. I also know that one. But you're right. It's all phonetically. I know it phonetically. I even wrote it down phonetically. So.
So you can remember how to pronounce
it. J, it's an H, right?
No shame here.
Hey, anything to make it sound, smooth. Hey,
that's right.
Go for it.
So, like, Juanita is Wanita, right? Is that? It works.
Well,
awesome.
Cool. Well, I think we should go into some more tracks here. And in fact, what I want to do, I want to go into this next one, which is Night on Redfish Lake. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about that, John.
Yeah, and that's my daughter, when she first heard it, she thought, oh, that sounds like a love song, but it's really a tribute to a father-son trip that I took with my youngest son, Andrew. We drove from here in Fremont all the way to Yellowstone National Park. And along the way, we found this amazing lake and state park in the Sawtooth Mountains of Idaho. But it was it was a great time camping with my son, campfire, all that kind of stuff, going boating on the lake. But at night, I had this almost like out-of-body experience when we walked from the campground down to the lake. And when you get to something like that where it's pitch black, but when you're next to a lake, the sky becomes alive with stars. And that was the first really and only time in my life that I had the sense of being able to see the Milky Way galaxy. And it was just such an inspiring experience that I had to write a song about it. So yeah, that's what Night on Redfish Lake is about, camping in the mountains of Idaho.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice. And this actually features you at lead vocal on this one, right?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. Cool.
Oh, cool.
Okay. Well,
they're like Gary. Cool.
Yeah, we're gonna we're gonna go into it then, and then of course we'll play a couple more, and then we'll come back and let's see, what time is it? Okay, we still got about less than 30 minutes left, so we'll do that and then follow up with maybe 2 more, and then we'll come back and talk with you guys and finish it up for today. Okay, so let's do that, and so ladies and gentlemen. If you're just tuning in, we are talking to John and David Vargas of 510 Jazz, and we're happy about having them on the show today. Great guys, great music, and great band. And this it's called Night on Redfish Lake. And I think we're going to follow it up with Ocean Breeze, and
cool.
And then also Summer Take Me Away. Summer, I hate to see Summer go because... I'm not a winter person. I hate winter, and I don't know how it is out there. I know you guys out there on that West Coast, y'all kind of got it nice when it comes to the winter time, though, compared to what we have up here. But yes. So let's go that, and then we'll come back and talk with 510 Jazz. Keep it locked right here.
A summer evening, dinner's done, the fire is burned low, all the campground's quiet, let's explore the forest at night, walking the riverside trail, leading us right down to the lake. How flies right over mountain breeze, it blows through the pines down by the lake. No darkness, stars in the sky so bright here, Milky Way like a sea of diamonds, other worlds just like ours, we know we are not alone. the sky so bright here, Milky Way like a sea of diamonds. Other worlds just like ours, we know we're not alone. It was a summer evening, dinner's done, the fire is below. All the campground's quiet, let's explore the forest at night. Never forget this night as we watch the stars in the sky. Father-son adventure, Redfish Lake, always on my mind. One night in summer, under the Milky Way, Redfish Lake, you were always on my mind.
In the morning, greet the day, watching the sun come up. Autumn leaves, they are falling on the breath of wind that blows along the sandy dunes. Flying kites in Berkeley at the water's edge, across the bay. In our little boat we watch the sails unfurl. Set a course, we're on our way. The sails unfurl. Set a course, we're on our way. Ocean breeze in the evening, setting sun, the glow is fading fast. Fast asleep near the window, feel that breeze into our dreams and take us far from here.
there from our guest, 510 Jazz. And let's see, that right there, you just got through hearing, actually what just followed the last track that I was playing is I went on and put Come With Me back on again, so that way they can get the full, part of that, because earlier.
Oh, because he talked over it the first time.
Yes. But before that, we got to hear Summer Take Me Away, and also Ocean Breeze and Night on Redfish Lake. All just nice stuff. And just wonderful. So I guess John and David, can y'all tell us a little bit about let's see. Yeah, tell us a little bit about Ocean Breeze and then also Summer Take Me Away, those two.
Yes.
I guess.
Ocean Breeze, I think we're really blessed to live here in the Bay Area. There's so many places we've been blessed to travel. We've been blessed to traveling around the United States and a little bit out of the country, and all those places are gorgeous. But when we come back here to the Bay Area, it's home, and it's just there's some amazing things to feel about it. But certainly in springtime and summertime, you feel these breezes. We're not really far from the San Francisco Bay, so we have these breezes. But if you venture out, if you go to the Berkeley Marina, if you go out near where the Golden Gate Bridge is, you go to the island Alameda that's right next to Oakland, you go to any of the islands, Angel Island, Treasure Island, and you just have this incredible view of scenery looking across the bay at all these amazing places, and the breezes are ever present there. And of course, you see them on the ocean too. But I think I wanted to write something about that, and I really love how Jamillions, renders that story. He's such a great vocalist.
Yeah. Very nice. Very, very nice.
Love the trumpet solo.
Mm-hmm. And
that's Randy Merrill.
Randy.
And the guy that plays the flute is just excellent. I love that.
Yes.
Tom Post.
That was beautiful.
He's brilliant.
Yeah, everybody is just outstanding.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Joyce.
You guys got so much to offer. I get to say, oh, I knew them when. That's so much to offer. Because I have to think, being independent, I think marketing and everything. So when I see something, I'm thinking, wow, this is so many marketing possibilities for the group that you have, because you could actually split up two bands in one night.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got so much talent. A smaller venue that only requires like a trio quartet, and another trio quartet somewhere else, where I think you said your wife and your daughter involved in the management or the marketing side.
Yeah.
You guys can do a lot.
I thought of it that way. That's what I put my marketing hat on, and I said, okay, I can do this and that. And I guess even with what I do, I came back just alto sax, and nothing's wrong with that. But a long story short, I added the vocals, then the flute, and I got a soprano sax. And then I started saying, I'm a multi-genre artist. I can do this, this, and that. And I'm also a solo artist with backing tracks. So I get more work that way, where I can plug in my iPad to a simple sound system and do dinner music or what have you. And they're mostly private things, and I actually get paid more for those gigs. Wow. And so looking at you guys' setup, since you're family and keeping it close, I could just see so many opportunities to say we are an entertainment company, what have you. Because you got a lot going on, even writing for other people, your publishing company, got so much great music that you can write. Just a wonderful setup that you have there. You guys are blessed.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah.
That's so true. David's constantly introducing me to new artists that I've never heard of before. Our pianist, Mark Rickey, was playing at a local venue, and he had a little trio, and he had, they were playing R&B. But a young lady stopped in and came and sat in with the band, so we're meeting all these people like that, local people. And so it's a real blessing to try and get to work with them. There's opportunities. But as you guys know, when you're doing any live performance and you're scheduling it, you may have someone that says, "Oh, I can't do it that night. It's my wife's and my anniversary or whatever." And so you have to find other talented people. So you probably have a repertoire of other artists that you worked with before, that you know them, you reach out to them. And so that's, I think, one of the really important things is to have that list of other artists that can come and sit in anytime you need them.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I agree.
Absolutely.
And you guys definitely have a team for that.
Definitely. Well, before our time closes out on us, why don't you guys give our listeners information as far as where they can get in contact with you guys and your website
and get your
and
music.
all that kind of stuff and your music.
Absolutely. And we'll type this in the chat afterwards too. But basically, 510 Jazz, you can just look up 510 Jazz on most of your favorite social networks. So Facebook.com/510 Jazz, Twitter.com/510 Jazz, Instagram.com/Bossa510. That's the one that's different. And also YouTube, tinyurl.com/510 Jazz. We have the website, 510jazz.com. And then what am I missing, David? I thought there was something else. But
well, the album's on iTunes and Spotify, so you could go on.
And Google Play and Amazon. Yeah, you can look at them in those stores.
Bossa 510 album.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Nice. Well, gosh, it's been a pleasure having you guys on today.
Yeah, time flew.
Hanging out with us. Yeah, man, and like I said, you guys are welcome anytime to come back on the show, and we're definitely looking forward to the next one too.
The next CD, yeah,
it's coming out because I know it's going to.
Now we can have you back for sure.
Oh yeah,
we'll be back to you for sure. Yeah. And we love your show. We love your listeners. So many people. I have to send a big shout out to Yvonne J for introducing me to you guys. So
yes, thanks, YJ.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just want to say, Gary, Grizz, and Joyce, thank you for giving independent musicians time like this, because it's hard to come by, and it really helps propel you as a independent to get people listening to your music. So thank you for what you do as well. Appreciate it.
No problem. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Yeah. We enjoy doing it, and we love, like I said, we love great music and great artists, and it's great to talk to you guys too as well. And like I said, me and Joyce definitely gets a lot out of it because we're both musicians as well, so we just like conversing with all the great artists out there and stuff, and so we're going to continue to kind of keep that spotlight on it if we can.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here looking pretty.
You go,
much more than that.
Yeah.
Not really.
She's actually the cornerstone, whether she knows it or not.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm just gonna sit here and giggle. That's it. And
I mean, I mean, off the air, you hear the wealth of knowledge that she has about what she. So yes, she's the cornerstone.
Oh well, thanks, Joyce.
Yeah. Definitely.
I'm just more like the giggle person and the smart aleck one.
No.
I had to clean that one up. Sorry.
Thank you to everyone for tuning in too. Thank you everyone for listening. Yeah. Appreciate it, and all the kind comments that you left us.
Oh, definitely. Now, do you guys have any upcoming shows or anything that's coming up soon that you know of?
510 Jazz was not till we probably get through the album, like finishing that.
Yeah.
I have one.
And what about you, David, with your hip hop rap?
Yep, for my hip hop rap group, we have one coming up Sunday, September 24th at a church not too far from here. So we're cleaning up the music, church show, families around, but I got to give thanks to God for all that He's given to all of us. So
absolutely,
that's gonna be fun. Yeah, because a lot of my last couple of shows have been 510 Jazz, so it'll be nice to kind of do some more of the hip hop music that I've created in the past.
Cool.
Very good. All right. Well, you guys got anything else you might want to say? Anybody out there? Anything before we go?
Any more shout outs you want to give?
I just, again, to all you guys for listening, and to all the musicians that are in the chat room listening, keep up with the music as well. Just keep pushing and making connections, and don't stop. If you're passionate about it, don't stop.
That's
keep
right.
going.
Absolutely. And of course, for those listening, if you're tuning in late by chance, or you didn't get to hear the beginning or anything, you'll be able to hear the show later. We have an archive that automatically archives the show. So probably within the next, I would say probably within the next hour or so, it'll be available, and we'll have it posted out on the timelines and things like that. So and I'll be sure to get that to you guys too as well, so you guys can have it as well. All right.
Well,
thank you guys.
God bless you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Until next time.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
All right.
Well, I just want to tell everybody to have a great weekend and enjoy yourselves out there. I know this is Labor Day holiday weekend, so a lot of people are going to be out doing all kinds of things. And also, I want everybody to still hold your prayers for the people down south East Texas, because it's still going on, people. It's just a terrible thing.
Oh, yeah.
But it's great that the storm has passed, and now it's cleanup time, and everybody's trying to get their things together. Yes, absolutely. So, like I said, everybody have a great weekend, and I'm going to pass it over to Joyce and the Grizz. Let they do their thing.
I just want to, as we wrap it up, mention a few musicians who are going through some challenges concerning their health. And it's John Carey, Pat Kaysen, Eugene Jacoli, Jordan Clements, or is it Clements? Clements. Yeah, Ron Williams, and Brent Nance. Brent Nance is Lenny Nance's brother. You guys, Lenny. Okay. He's a drummer locally in the Dallas area. In very serious conditions. So I just want to give a shout out to those musicians who are dealing with actually some serious conditions that are, some serious conditions. I don't want to put too much out there about them, but if you would keep them in your thoughts and in your prayers, especially prayers, keep them lifted up. So we're excited about John Carey to see the improvements that he is making with the treatment.
Oh, absolutely.
So, and to see him holding a guitar again, what a blessing that is. And I had no idea. Pat Kaysen, if you don't know, she's a saxophone player, and I didn't know that she was going through something till she posted a picture after the weight she lost after the treatment and everything. So we have people going through some things that we don't know about. So when you see their posts, offer up a prayer right where you are, and pray for their health and their wellness. Yes. And again, like Gary said, continue to keep the people in the South, Louisiana and Texas, in your prayers, and be supportive. If you can drop $1, do it. I'm here. I've already told somebody I'm volunteering my services to raise money for the food banks. Yeah. So there is always something you can do. And that's it.
Absolutely. All right. Yes. Thank you, chat room gang, for coming over today and spending the 2 hours with us. We appreciate that. And also the listeners that are anonymously listening for tuning in. Thank you. Thank you, John David, for spending the time with us today. We're so happy that we got to chat with you and get to know you better.
Absolutely.
And thank you. I appreciate that. And also, be safe out there. I know it's a holiday weekend. People can be stupid crazy on the highways, so please be careful.
Yeah.
If you can stay home, better yet, stay home. And just enjoy your weekend and keep still, hydrated, because it's still kind of crazy weather outside with the heat. Now that the hurricane's blowing over in Texas, we're getting the heat temps again, so be careful. And just to reiterate what Joyce and Gary said about keeping those people in our prayers that have got really hit bad with this hurricane. And for those of our musician friends that are going through some health issues, to keep them in our prayers as well. All right, peeps, you guys have a great weekend. Be safe, and we will see you next week.
Yes, we will. See you next week.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
All right, ciao.
Ciao for now.
Mandela.